I know how you feel. Your 20s are quickly coming to a close and you're about to hit the big 3-0. By now, the boomers had 2 kids, a house, a dog, maybe even a boat. And yet here we are, barely any savings, wondering what we should order for dinner while Netflix asks if we're still watching. Yes. Don't freak out. We asked the experts how much you really should have saved by the time you turn 30, and their advice will hopefully put your mind at ease. There's a basic rule of thumb that says people should have the equivalent of their annual salary put away by the time they reach their 30s. Seems like a lot. That is a lot. But don't worry, because that financial goal is not necessarily ideal for everyone. In fact, asking yourself, how much should I have saved by the time I turn 30, is actually the wrong question to be asking. What you should really be asking yourself is, where do I want to go in my financial future? This is a way more important question than forcing yourself to reach an exact number by an exact magic date. To find out what you want in your own financial future by the time you've hit the big 3-0, it's important to define a few baselines for yourself. Ask yourself, are you in a relationship? Do you want to have kids? Do you know where you want to live? What's your dream job? Do you have a car? Do you want a car? Do you need a car? Is home ownership in your future? Do you have student loans? Do you have credit card debt? Once you get some answers and some clarity on those questions, then you can set some basic directional goals and use your money as a tool to help you move toward those goals, not as a hit-or-else target. In other words, your real goal should be to think about how you build the life you want. Money and savings are a tool to help you achieve your goals. They are not the goals themselves. Once you've defined your goals, it's all about prioritization. Your first and most important step in building your desired life is to pay down that debt. Know what kind of debts you owe and get a sense of the liquidity you'll need and how to pay them down. If you don't know where to start, that's okay. Visit money.com, where we have plenty of stories specifically for people who have student loans, credit card debt, and more. Once you've made a plan and acted on reducing your debt, you can now start to save a greater portion of your income to use toward your life goals. Keep in mind that your savings should not all be in the same place. You can have an emergency fund, say in a high-yield savings account. You can have investments in a brokerage account or in an app. You can have your retirement savings in an IRA or a 401k through your employer. This is called diversifying, and it makes your savings safer. That means if one account dips in value, the others are probably still protected. After you've paid down your debt and you've established a diversified system of savings, it's time to start thinking about those goals you established. Think back on those life milestones you defined. You'll need to prioritize the important ones and define each as either a short-term or a long-term financial goal. Once you've done this, you can look at your income level and determine how much money you can contribute to each goal every month. With some relatively simple math, you should be able to determine how long it'll take you to reach each goal. And if any of those timelines seem unrealistic to you, it's okay. You can adjust your priorities or just think about exploring additional sources of income. Now remember, these are just the basics. There is no magic number you should have saved by a certain age. Establishing a personalized plan like this is a financially healthy goal to have in itself by the time you turn 30, and it'll set you up for a future of success. If you need tips to help you reach these goals, follow us on social media or check out money.com for daily tips and tricks that will help you create a richer life. Good luck!